the entire history of the Ottoman Empire. Imagine an empire so vast that it spanned 3 continents, lasted over 600 years, and shaped history as we know it. A dynasty that ruled over 30 million people at its peak and stood as the most powerful force in the world. This is the story of the Ottoman Empire, its rise, its conquests, its golden age, and its inevitable fall. Let's dive into the entire history of one of the most influential empires ever. Our story begins in the early 13th century in the lands of Anatolia. The Mongol invasions had shattered the once powerful Seljuk Empire, leaving behind many small Turkic tribes fighting for survival. One of these tribes was led by a man named Ertuğrul, a brave warrior who laid the foundation for what would become the Ottoman Empire. Ertuğrul's son, Osman I, would go on to establish a small but ambitious state in 1299. The Ottomans, named after Osman, had one goal: expand their territory and dominate their rivals. And they did just that. By the 14th century, the Ottomans were growing rapidly. Under Murad I and Bayezid I, they expanded into the Balkans, defeating European forces and claiming new lands. But one city stood in their way: the legendary city of Constantinople. For over 1,000 years, Constantinople had been the heart of the Byzantine Empire. But in 1453, a 21-year-old Ottoman Sultan named Mehmed II, later known as Mehmed the Conqueror, did the impossible. With a massive army, advanced cannons, and an unbreakable will, he captured Constantinople and made it the new capital of the Ottoman Empire, renaming it Istanbul. This victory was a turning point. The Ottomans were no longer just a regional power. They were now a global empire. The Golden Age, Suleiman the Magnificent. Every empire has its peak, and for the Ottomans, it was during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent, 1520 to 1566. He was a warrior, a lawmaker, and a visionary ruler who expanded the empire to its greatest extent, stretching from Hungary to Persia, from Arabia to North Africa. Under Suleiman, the empire became a cultural and economic powerhouse, with advancements in art, science, and architecture. Cities flourished, and iconic structures like the Süleymaniye Mosque were built, standing tall to this day. But as with all great empires, cracks were beginning to form. Decline and internal struggles. After Suleiman's death, the empire slowly began to weaken. Corruption spread in the government, weak sultans replaced the strong ones, and political infighting became common. While the Ottomans still had great military strength, they struggled to keep up with Europe's advancements. In the 17th and 18th centuries, European powers such as Austria, Russia, and Britain began to push back Ottoman influence. Wars were lost, territories were taken, and the once mighty empire started to shrink. The fall of the Ottoman Empire. By the early 20th century, the empire was known as the sick man of Europe. Then came World War I. The Ottomans sided with Germany, and after the war ended in 1918, the empire was left in ruins. In 1922, the Ottoman Sultanate was officially abolished. In 1923, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk founded the Republic of Turkey, marking the final chapter in the Ottoman story. After more than 600 years, one of the greatest empires in history had come to an end. The Ottoman legacy. The Ottoman Empire may be gone, but its influence remains. From architecture to cuisine, from language to culture, its legacy still shapes many parts of the world today. It was an empire of warriors, visionaries, and rulers who left behind a history that will never be forgotten. What do you think was the greatest achievement of the Ottoman Empire? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more historical deep dives.